Yo, what's up, y'all? How y'all living? How we living? How we feeling? How we doing? Okay, so I'm gonna just tell y'all really a little bit that's going on about me. If you resonate, cool. If you don't, cool. But I feel like I want to get off my chest and be more like transparent with my collective, right? Um, so the overall energy, personally that I'm going through is healing healing the wounds of being enough, but also realizing like don't get too stuck in a situation, like don't get too consumed in a situation, especially if it's from something from the past, something that's not even relevant to your present or that's really relevant to your future. um yeah, somebody's nervous because somebody's like picking someone. You could pick your lashes. I got mascara on, so I guess I'm doing this because I'm nervous. Okay, so something because you're like something is like a coping mechanism. Because I don't know why all of a sudden I just started doing this, bro. Like the fuck. Something is like a coping mechanism. It's giving some sort of self-sabotage, which is based in fear, based in lack. 1, 2, 3. When I said that, I have to start telling y'all like, come on now. Oh, I want to go park over there. I really do. I really do. No, I'm already close. It's okay. I'm good where I'm at, and I think that's what spirit like jump to do something, but like you gotta be like set in your energy. Like I can't talk. I don't know about y'all shit. But I have to be kind of like I have to be grounded in my energy, like in my Empress energy. Like it's hard for me. No, it's not. It's not hard. I am getting used to being in my Empress energy because that wasn't something that was instilled in me. It's like I'm having. I think I told y'all this already. I feel like I'm repeating this, but it may be needed. I feel like I'm learning I feel like I'm learning in general, but really unlearning and relearning values and morals. I'm learning integrity. I'm learning what's it like to be loyal to myself, dedicated to myself. What does integrity mean to me? Things like that. Boundaries, okay? All of that. And I'm just like, it feels good. It feels liberating. And I feel like the reason why I was feeling so stuck, y'all, was because I wasn't being true to myself and authentic to my morals and values. Let's say, okay, being stuck on a guy. Okay, I mean, come on now, like, let's be fucking for real. Being stuck on a guy and wanting something with him and wishing that this would go right, and then realizing when it doesn't, realizing like that's okay. Not being stuck mentally or emotionally in it. And sometimes that's easier said than done, but really it's about your mentality. It's about the things that are deeply ingrained and instilled in us that have an effect on our actions and our decisions ultimately. So 333, it's about getting into alignment, but there are also lessons that need to be learned in order to get into alignment. You're not just automatically in alignment. You kind of, I don't know how this works, but I want to say you work yourself into alignment. You're not just granted alignment because you're here. I feel like you lean into alignment. That's what I feel like. This is what that energy is. The oh my gosh, the collective is leaning into alignment. When you start to detach from societal from groupthink. I think I talked about that on my TikTok video. When you stop engaging and detaching from others' perspectives rather than just following the group to fit in, and you actually come up with your own narrative, not only does it put a target on your back, but I'm telling you, it feels liberating. I don't care about the target, 444. I'm protected. I don't care about no damn target on my back. God got all angles of me protected and shielded with divine white light, so why would I care about a target? Why would I care about being a target? Shoot your shot at me. I don't care. That shit gonna bounce right the fuck off. Because listen, when you are so tapped in to yourself, when you know your worth, which I am getting used to knowing my worth, and it feels awkward. It feels uncomfortable. It feels like I'm doing something wrong. It feels like it feels like I'm doing the wrong thing, but I'm doing the right thing. It's like so crazy. It's like you've been doing something the same way for years, and all of a sudden something that snaps and shows you, no, there's another way of doing things. So then you're like, it's like I start to question myself, like, am I doing the right thing? Like, should I be doing that? Shouldn't I be? Like, what? And it's like, yes, girl. For me, personally, I'm working on integrating into my divine masculine energy, 555. Literally, the alignment is going crazy in the ethers right now, because I feel like divine feminine, like the rise of the divine feminine, we talked about that in another reading, like maybe the beginning of the year, possibly. Or no, you know when the rise of the feminine started? It was right when the Roe versus Wade case got overturned. That's when I did that rise of the feminine. So I feel like the rise of the divine feminine has already occurred, but I feel like it's about the integration of the divine masculine. So it's whether it's your divine feminine leaning more into her divine masculine, which I feel like is me, taking more action, being more ambitious, being more confident with my moves and my actions, taking I feel like I'm about to take the world by storm with the energy I got, because it's like this. I've been like, there's a storm of brewing in me, y'all. There's a storm of brewing in the collective, and it's about to get nasty. You understand me? It's about to get nasty. Okay, because I feel like I let a lot of my energy go to waste by pouring into other people that didn't pour back into me. And they weren't going to pour back into me, to be honest. Like, they knew that I was going to pour into them, because people know what type of person you are off bat, and they take advantage of that. But it's also me calling back my power and me taking accountability and responsibility to don't do that shit again. Like, don't do that shit again. Like, don't do that shit again. Like, don't waste your time. Don't sacrifice yourself. Stop playing small. Like, stop limiting and restricting myself. Like, yo, this shit about to go crazy, bro. Like, the shit that's about to happen in the collective, bro. The projects we're about to see, the talent we're about to acquire, the shit that people are gonna come out with when this energy comes into full alignment, bro. That full self-acceptance and wholeness. Cause I'm thinking like, yo, like think about, and also I had today, Spirit told me, think about if you did not care what people thought about you, what would you do? If you realized and knew and understood that no one's really giving a fuck about you, so you can just do whatever the fuck you want and live your best life, what would I do? And I'm like, wow, Spirit. That shit hit me like a ton of bricks, y'all. Like, I didn't realize how much of an impact of people. I didn't realize how much validation I needed until today. You know, I'm thinking this one person don't like me. Meanwhile, they not giving a fuck about me. And I'm like, you know what? That's a good thing. Because why would I want somebody to put that much emphasis into my life? Why? And so, me saying that, me also having to detach from others and say, why am I putting so much thought into them if they're not putting that much thought into me? You understand? So it's like, you know what? It feels liberating to know that no one's giving a fuck about me. So live your fucking life. You feel me? Like, just live that shit to the fullest. And people say, oh, life is too short-lived. That's so true. And people think that has something to, like, do with death. But I feel like it's really about saying, live life not caring too much. Don't do too much. Don't think too much. Because I think a lot. I be in my head a lot. Think about if you just lived your heart out loud. Think about if you did everything your heart desired out loud rather than just thinking about it in your head. You think about this shit all the time. You daydream about this shit. You fantasize about this shit. You dream about this shit. Why not manifest that shit in real time? You're already technically manifesting it spiritually to come into fruition. Act on it. Now Spirit is saying act on it. You've thought about it for forever. Put some action into it, baby. Life is too short to let a dream go to waste when it was set in your heart, in your soul, in your spirit to get going on it. Don't let shit sit. It's gonna eventually rot or go. The energy will just transfer to somebody else. Energy never really dies. Energy never really dies. It just gets transferred. So how would it feel knowing that you had this big, bright idea, you had this big passion, and then you realize, damn, somebody else did it. And it's not even like you can't still do it, even if they do it. It's like, no one can do it like you. No one can do it like you. No one can supervise people like you. Nobody can manage people like you. Nobody can sing like you. Nobody can create art like you. Nobody can design. I'm getting horticulture, arboriculture. No one can do what you do. And that's the finish. That's the finishing touch. That's the finishing touch. It's not about really standing out. It's just about being authentic, bro. Authenticity in this time is what's needed. That fake shit gonna go out the window, bro. That fake shit gonna die real fast. Transmuting the energy into some real shit. And that calls for being vulnerable, transparent, honest. Keeping it a buck with yourself, being like going into the shadow. I didn't realize that people had that much effect on me until today. That I thought about this shit and I'm like, wow, like nobody gives a fuck about me. Nobody, I'm not gonna say cares about me, but nobody is paying attention to me as much as I thought. That's very narcissistic of me to think that. That's very narcissistic for me to even think that someone would be paying me that much attention. And if I'm thinking so heavily about somebody, asking myself, why am I allowing this